This is Tina Seiler, adoptive mother of John Seiler, with a little, insight to John and the circumstances surrounding, him coming into our care. Um, he was in a foster home with his older sister and younger brother, probably about 2 or 3 years, and they were all up for adoption, and the county wouldn't separate them. So we decided that we would adopt them probably in January of 2007, and then we were going to resume or assume custody of them at the end of the school year. In the meantime, John had some difficulties in the foster home and ended up having to go to some inpatient unit at the age of 7. And then the foster mom or the foster home that he was currently in wouldn't take him back. So we assumed custody of him in February of 2007, several months before his siblings were to arrive. The whole situation was extremely traumatic for him. One being in wherever he was, and two, being separated from his siblings. When he came to us, he was extremely fearful. I think most of his behaviors at that point were definitely fear-based. He didn't like to be alone. He just his whole general demeanor. He would have temper tantrums, huge ones, just provoked basically by nothing, to the point where he would get physically aggressive and violent and would have to be just cradled and held for long periods of time just to calm him down. He was in kindergarten at the time, the second time he'd been in kindergarten. We enrolled him in the local school, and it was a struggle daily just to get him through. I was just crossed my fingers and said a prayer every morning. And bless her heart, the kindergarten teacher was very experienced and handled him very well. But there were many days that John would climb under her desk and make animal noises. But we made it through. Then his siblings came. I'm not sure really. It may have helped. I don't know, but he still struggled a lot with anger. I mean, it was almost a daily battle with him. Something that he would just get completely out of control. Let me think. What was my next thought? We got through the summer with them. The adoption went through, and we went on with our life. But a lot of things with John, with his fear base, when he got old enough that where he could take showers by himself, I still had to be in the bathroom with him. And if and he would check several times to make sure I was still there. As time went on, I just had to be, within yelling distance, and then he was fine with that. And, now he's 14 years old and can shower by himself, but the funny thing is he always takes his dog with him. His dog has to be in the bathroom with him for whatever reason, and that's fine. He has a 6-year-old little wiener dog that he actually went with us to pick out when we got the dog, and since then he has been extremely attached to that dog, and that dog is extremely attached to him. And I think the fact that dog loves him and he loves it, it's good for John. He feels a responsibility to that dog, and loves and cares for him, and it's really neat. I'm glad it's been a good thing for John. The dog was actually for his sister, the one who's doing this project, and she soon decided that she doesn't like the dog, and for whatever reason, it doesn't matter. It worked out great for John. But and then over the years, he's had different issues with always not wanting to, he'd do something wrong, you'd catch him red-handed, and he wouldn't want to admit, and he always wants to blame and not accept responsibility for his actions, and that's been a big struggle, with John. You're gonna have consequences for your behavior, but they would be so much less if he could just accept responsibility. And I don't know what it is about him that he just wouldn't give in on that. But again, over time, that's worked out better, and he's done so much better. Elementary school was a real struggle. I think the school that he went to was more interested in keeping a lid on than actually holding him accountable and trying to make him be responsible, because he would throw fits and they would just give in or reward him for being well behaved but not give him consequences for being poorly behaved, and it just didn't work. Elementary school was tough, and I understand the teachers they're limited on what they can do, but since moving to junior high, he seems to be doing a lot better. He played football, and football was a great experience for him. John does so much better with strong male support. He's less inclined to listen to females for whatever reason, but he really liked the structure, and I think the coaching staff did a great job with him. Unfortunately, he with his IEP, he's in some regular classes. He just isn't capable of maintaining the types of grades that he needs to be on an athletic team, which is really unfortunate. He missed out the opportunity for basketball because of this. I'm not sure what I can do to try to change that, but I'm going to definitely look into it, because I just certainly would hate for him to miss football, because he was pretty successful, and I know that did a lot for his self-confidence. It did tons for it, and I'd like to see him to be able to do that again next year without the grades getting in the way. But he has learned to be better about taking responsibility. The incidences of him getting into big trouble and being excluded from different privileges has gone down drastically over the years, and especially this year. He's 14 now, and he's maturing and seems to like school, or like middle school, so that's good. And he also likes to, he does get to spend a lot of time with his dad, and they hunt, and he likes to do that. That's always something he looks forward to. So anyway, I guess that's all I have to say about John. He has been a real struggle, and when we first got him, I thought, oh no, I don't know what we can do to help this kid, but really, it's been almost about 7 years we've had him, and he's just, he's got a long way to go, but boy, from where we came from, it's just been an amazing transformation, I have to say. And I am actually thankful for John. I think he's helped us learn a lot about ourselves, and a lot about, just about people and compassion and things in general. He's been good for our family, even though there's been days it's like it's been a real struggle, but it's been a good thing overall. Well, thank you very much for listening.